But yeah, we're here. My name's Jerry Richards. I'm sitting right next to Chris Purden, who's a fantastic oscillator player.
Hello.
What we're going to do later on tonight is we're going to lock the doors, turn the strobes on, and then Chris is going to crucify everybody with his oscillators.
7 hertz.
At 7 hertz.
And he can say that.
The building will explode and no one will get out alive. Except for Dibs, who's indestructible. Mr. Dibs is also in the room now and he's playing with his phone, but he's coming online now. He's coming online, everybody. Mr. Dibs is our singer and bass player, and he plays bass like a tractor, which is an extraordinary thing, and it's a capacitance that gives the lie to I certainly am the master of the universe and I'm going to shake the room, baby. So this is all a bit last minute for us, being invited to come and play here by HRH. And I have to say, you know, off the top, we're very grateful to Johnny Davis and HRH and to John Ellis, who's putting all this together. I saw John earlier on, he was running around like a headless chicken,
yes.
But looking magnificent doing it.
Oh, he's got it down to a fine art now.
Yeah.
Headless chicken, John, you can't tell the difference now.
No, the only way you can tell the difference is everyone in the corridor salutes him as he goes by. There you go, John's going, right? So you can tell what kind of a band it is, ladies and gentlemen, because no one else can.
we don't know.
And we don't know.
We'd love for somebody to tell us exactly what we are, because we don't know.
We don't know. We play space rock and roll, baby, and we are the Hawklords. So we're here. We're going to do an hour and 20 minutes. I think we're scheduled for before they throw us out. So
Track us out.
Drags out. So tonight we're going to do quite a varied set. There are one or two sort of vintage, sort of old school numbers incorporated within the set, and one of those certainly is dedicated to an old friend of ours who sadly can no longer be on this planet, and his name is Nick Turner, and so we're going to play Master of the Universe for Nick later on. And hopefully everybody in the room can be able to get up and dance about, and if they can't walk they can dance about in their wheelchairs, or they can shake us a dick, which is exactly what Turner would expect everybody to do.
You tell all the folks out there Nick's duck joke. I'm sure they're all interested.
I can't remember it. My duck joke. Oh, I'll tell you a joke. Yeah, alright. Okay, we don't do jokes. We do situation stuff really, but this is the only joke I know, and Turner told me this joke. And one day there's this duck and he walks into this pub and he walks up to the bar and the landlord's there and he's polishing his glasses. And he's polishing the glasses and the duck walks up and he looks over the bar and he says, "Oh, hello sir, what can I do for you today?" Duck looks up and he says, "You got any bread?" And the landlord says, he said, no sir, this is a pub, we sell beer." He said, "You want a bakery, out the door, down the left, down the road, on the left, bakery down there." Duck goes out the pub. Next day, Duck comes back to the pub, he walks up to the bar, and the landlord looks over again, and he says, "Oh, hello again sir, what can I do for you today?" Duck says, "You got any bread?" The landlord says, "Look, but no, this is a pub, I told you yesterday, this is a pub, you want a bakery, outdoor, down the road, 500 yards, opposite the ironmongers, bakery." Duck goes out the pub. Next day, Duck comes back to the pub, walks in, walks up to the bar, and the landlord's there polishing his glasses again. He looks over the bar and he goes, "Yeah, all right mate, what do you want?" Duck goes, "You got any bread?" The landlord says, "Listen mate, I told you 3 times already, this is a pub, we sell beer. If you ask me one more time if we got any bread, I'm going to nail your beak to the counter." Duck looks up and he says, "You got any nails?" Landlord looks around, he's moving the glasses out of the way like this, and he said, "Well, actually, sir, no." Duck looks up and he says, "Got any bread?" Now that's a joke from Nick Turner. It was taught to me, reviewed, Mr. Turner. Thank you, Nick. Bless you. See, it's a kid's joke. It's for children. It's a child's joke. It's clean, right? Absolutely. Although Nick was a. You can be all manner of things to all manner of people. Bless him, and he would be the first to say that. And we miss him terribly, actually.
Yes.
He's very sadly, he can't be with us anymore. But But hey, we spun around the cosmos a few times together, and we took some very nice drugs together. I think you're allowed to say it on the radio these days, because it was all a very long time ago now, children. It's back in the day when everything was in black and white, and now it's in Technicolor, like it was in black and white back then when we did that lovely Acid from Timothy Leary. Do you remember that?
I wasn't even born.
So you can tell this is for real, right? You can tell this is for real. So yeah, that's what we're doing tonight, and we're going to play some songs from our recent studio album, which came out in 2021, I think it was. Was it 2022? I can't remember. 2020. Well, one of those years anyway. Called Time. And that's all about time. Someone's put a set list in front of me, but I haven't got my glasses on, so I won't bother to read it. Oh, I said Speed of Sound. So we're going to play Speed of Sound, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the Bell X1, which broke Speed of Sound in 1947, I believe. Chuck Yeager. Interesting story about Chuck Yeager. The day before he did the flight and made history by pushing his aircraft to 666 miles an hour. Sorry, 660, I must get it right, absolutely right. 660 miles per hour at something like 32,000 feet. That is Mach 1. So nobody had gone that fast before. The day before he did it, he fell off his horse because he was out riding and he broke 2 ribs. Now, that should have disqualified him from taking the test. Well, he's doing the test, right? But he was such a hard nut and a nutter that he discarded the fact that he broke his ribs, and he lied to his superior officer and said he was absolutely fine, and he was all strapped up. And what he did was, he got on board a Stratofortress, and they dropped the Bell X1 experimental aircraft from the belly of the Stratofortress, and he had to go down on it in an electric lift, climb into the cockpit, and then shut the pressurised door. Now, if you've ever hurt your ribs badly or broken ribs, you will know how much that will hurt. So he concealed half a broomstick down his sleeve, so when he got into the plane, after much difficulty, he was able to crank the door seal closed like that. I mean, extraordinary man. You know, these people were at the cutting edge of technology back then, and he thought the plane was going to explode. It was rocket propelled, the whole thing's shaking, and it's shaking because he's hitting that final the sound wave that's created, so the turbulence from that. Until you cut through that, once you cut through it, all the sound stops because you're travelling faster than the speed of sound. So you can't hear yourself. It's fantastic. I bet everybody's saying, I wish you'd shut the fuck up. Anyway, somebody else can have a go. Sorry. Sorry. What I wanted to do was just do this. Look, this is the fee. That's tonight's fee, boys. That's what we're paying for. So we're gonna have a lot of fun later on. I mean, probably there'll be some jokes. The whole act is going to be. No, we're very serious. We take it all very seriously. We do take it all very seriously. But we're so old now that we don't play silk games. Oh, sorry. Some of us are so old now that. Casting a sconce views. We don't care anymore, do we? We don't care. So Mr. Dibbs is standing immediately to my right, your left, if you're listening in stereo.
Going back to that tractor thing. When I told my wife that Jerry thought I sounded like a tractor crashing through a black hole, she said, "Oh, is that why your mum calls you John Deere?" And then puts it on Facebook. So now I get pictures. Here, kids, look at this tractor. You want to see this tractor? Oh, now every time we see a tractor, oh, John Deere. Oh no, that's not a John Deere. Oh no, look another John Deere. And it just goes on and on to the point where she actually printed me a T-shirt with the John Deere logo on it.
Looks good on the tractor.
Yeah. I've got the green one for gardening and the black one for on stage.
See, fashions. Totally, fashionistas, up to date with our John Deere, and what you want is a Ferguson team.
I need sponsorship so I can get a free tractor.
Massey Ferguson.
Oh,
Is there a John Deere base?
there isn't a John Deere base,
There
but
needs
I'm
to
sure
be.
someone should make one.
It needs to be.
Should be. So after we play here, we are pretty much back in the studio to record the next studio album.
I was going to ask about that.
Well, this is where we're getting to. We didn't want to rush into it because this is not an advertisement, obviously. We are currently working on our 12th consecutive album. And I can't tell you how tired I am. it's the perpetual. It's a perpetual cycle. It's like my view of things is like it's like how it used to be like back in the olden days, where bands used to do this all for fun instead of doing it for money and prestige and halcyon kind of people say, "Well done, old boy," tapping you on the shoulder, saying, "Propping up the business." And so, fuck all that. That doesn't matter one single second. All of us lot are out of the UK free festival circuit, which is when you were kids and you wanted to go and play your guitar or sing your head off, and you go and do it in a field in the middle of Wiltshire or in Yorkshire or wherever the festival was happening with like-minded people, and you would go there and nobody paid you to do it. You went and you deceived the police. Where are you going? Nowhere. Nowhere, officer. And they go, right, go on then, you lads, you drive on. Thank you. And you drive on and you go and do your gig at the festival. And that's our sort of kind of modus operandi now. Is back in those days, you would make music, and you go out and perform it, and you play, and you try to entertain people. And I think we may have said this like last time. This is all about entertainment. Right, so it may be cosmic trips for some people. It may be outstanding recitals of pure natural harmonic beauty, which for us, thank God, often it is. I mean, you get your occasional, thing where it goes a bit awry, but that happens for everybody. Even Nigel Kennedy says like only 3 out of 10 shows that his band do will be fantastic. I think our hit rate's a little bit higher than that actually. So we're better than Nigel Kennedy. Fucking love you, Nige.
I'm not a bunch up. You've been listening to Hawklords.